created this channel about everything Minnesota United, my local club, so to say. So I thought for my first video, I would talk about how I fell in love with the beautiful game of soccer, or football, whichever one you prefer, and then go into special memories and moments from games that I have attended. So to start, how I fell in love with the beautiful game was during a 2014 family vacation to Belgium, which of course was a World Cup year, and I was just enamored with the amount of support that the Belgians had for their team, and kind of during the golden generation, and just seeing grandpas and grandmas, old and young, just out there, at pubs, celebrating. And one of the moments that I that still sticks in my mind is the Belgium versus Algeria game. We were at a in a town called Leuven, and there's a street there that they call the longest bar, and it's legitimately like an entire block. I mean, I don't. There's an entire block of just bar after bar after bar after bar, and I remember watching the Belgium versus Algeria game in a bar there, and they claim to have the world's largest selection of beer. I don't remember the bar off the top of my head, but I remember and seeing, like I said, seeing old and young people out just cheering on the national team. And ever since then, I've woken up, early on the weekends to watch, the European and watch European leagues, and I mean that vacation just changed my life. And so that's pretty much how I fell in love with the game. So some specific memories and moments from Minnesota United games that I've attended. I was kind of a late bloomer. I didn't realize that there was really a team until they joined MLS, but I kind of did raise my eyebrow when I was on my took vacation to DC during my senior spring break, and I remember being in the Minneapolis airport and just sitting in the airport and seeing a big group of guys with what looked like which would end up being the Minnesota United badge. And I didn't realize at the time that that those are, or I also would have been like, oh, I got to go chase those guys down and get a picture with them. So that's I'm kind of a late bloomer, and like I said, kind of didn't realize until they went into MLS. So my first game was October 7th, 2017 versus Sporting Kansas City. That was a 1-1 draw. Um, and then if you don't know, Minnesota United kind of has a tradition where I think it started in the lower divisions, and so kind of after every home win, the entire stadium will stand and sing Wonderwall, and it's an incredible feeling. So my first time to experience Wonderwall was September 29th, 2018 versus NYCFC. That was a 2-1 win. Another one was the final game at TCF Bank Stadium, which is the stadium where the University of Minnesota plays their American football games, since we were still building, we were in the process of building Allianz Field, and that was October 22nd, 2018 versus the LA Galaxy. That unfortunately was a 3-1 loss. That was also the 50K to Midway, so that was our last game before we moved into Allianz Field. We also that game we broke the Minnesota Pro Soccer Club attendance record, and I also got to see Zlatan score a goal that was counted, but unfortunately, looking at the replay, it was offside. Because I remember when I saw Zlatan score, I actually got up and kind of celebrated because I'm like, oh, like, who could say, they've seen the Zlatan, and kind of I got people around me kind of staring at me like, what's that guy thinking, celebrating that our team conceded a goal. But looking back on the replay, he was offside, and but it was still counted. So I don't know. One of my favorites was the first game ever at Allianz Field, which was April 13th, 2019. That was also against NYCFC. That was a 3-3 draw. That was just an amazing. That stadium is just unbelievable. Plus, I also got to meet U.S. men's national team, MLS, Twitch, and YouTube legend Jimmy Conrad and his youngest daughter. That was really fun. The first Wonderwall at Allianz Field was April 28th, 2019, versus DC United. That was a 1-0 win. That was over a Wayne Rooney-led DC United. And then also it was cool, the night before I went to Alexi Lalas's live podcast at the Brew Hall that is in Allianz Field the night before, and I got to ask a question that is actually on Alexi Lalas's podcast from there, and got a picture with him, and also got to meet Adrian, the head coach, and someone that I kind of got me into Everton a little bit. Everton legend Adrian Heath. That was a real fun. Another one was July 13th, 2019 versus FC Dallas. That was a 1-0 win. That was the Mason Toye stoppage time goal, and and then the last kind of one of the last kicks of the game. Dallas ended up getting a penalty, and our keeper at the time, who was on loan from Reading, was Vito Manone, and he ended up saving that penalty. And I think like the players and Adrian Heath said, they haven't heard, like, that's the loudest they've ever heard that stadium, Allianz Field, was celebrating that Vito Manone saved that FC Dallas penalty. Another one was August 14th, 2019 versus the Colorado Rapids. That was a 1-0 win. I took one of my friends who kind of got me into everything, because I told him I was in Minnesota United, and he told me who Adrian Heath was, so kind of there, and became an Everton. And then he brought he was working that summer at a camp in Pennsylvania, and so he brought a coworker who was also from England to the game. So that was quite fun. And then afterwards, I got Darwin Quintero, Miguel Ibarra, Ozzy Alonso, and Kevin Molino to sign my jersey. And then on August 17th, 2019, versus Orlando City 3 days later, that was a 1-1 draw. I got to see Nani score, and me and my friend stayed till 11 p.m. to, I don't know if this is bad, but basically get almost pretty much the entire team and to sign my jersey, and so I had to buy another one. So the next one is September 25th, 2019 versus Sporting Kansas City. That was a 2-1 win. That was also special because it clinched our first MLS playoff berth, and I found it kind of ironic that the player who scored the first ever goal at Allianz Field kind of ended up scoring the goal that would start the comeback to us clinching our first MLS playoff berth, and Seattle Sounders legend. Definitely, I would assume by far an MLS legend, and I think he will go down as a Minnesota United legend in Osvaldo Alonso. And then the last one is a October 20th, 2019 versus the LA Galaxy. That was a 2-1 loss. That was the first home playoff game in club history. Of course, looking back, we've had another home playoff game, but there were no fans there. So hopefully this season we can get back into the playoffs and get everything, and now they're starting to have fans back in the stadium that we can have a proper home playoff game and finally get a win with fans, so we can sing Wonderwall. So that pretty much will wrap up this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Down below, follow my social media, and let me know what kind of videos you would like me to make about involving Minnesota. I think I might be having some guests on, and hopefully until next time, stay safe, and come on, you loons.